I love performing. When I was a kid, I would do anything to get a laugh. And I mean anything. I was always entertaining my rather charismatic uncles and my fashion-forward aunts. But most importantly, my parents. My mom and my dad. I loved making them laugh. It was so great to see them happy. That's how a comedian starts, you know. You make your folks laugh. That was a long time ago. And it all started here. My parents bought this house in 1953, and the day came when it wasn't ours anymore. 2001 was a tough year for me. I lost a lot of people I loved, with 9/11 in the middle of it. Body shots, like Joe Frazier was belting me and I couldn't breathe. The only performing I did was give eulogies for people that I loved. When a funny person doesn't feel like being funny anymore, that's a tough place to be. 1960, Joe, 6 foot, Rip, 5'10", and going down. I couldn't get out of my funk. Then I walked into the living room. This is where I got my first laughs, and I started to think, if only I could hear those laughs again. It's what my favorite philosopher, Yogi Berra, once said. When you come to the fork in the road, take it. We got a new car. I couldn't believe it. I was the happiest little boy in the world because he finally got a very first new car. And I didn't know what model it was. You know, my dad called and said, Billy, I just got a new car. It's a total surprise. Not tell anybody what I got. Just make sure everybody's out in front of the house because I'm going to drive that new car home exactly at noon. So, right before noon, my two older brothers and my mom and I stood right here trying to guess what he got. Joel started. Joel was the oldest. He was 15. Very practical. Fairlane, Ford Fairlane. Rip was 11 and already cool. What are you, nuts? No, Bel Air convertible, turquoise and white. Bel Air convertible, turquoise and white. My mom was the visionary. Oh, wish Dad had waited a year. The new Edsel is coming out. That's the car of the future. Then I interrupted. I always interrupted. When you're the youngest and the shortest, that's what you do. You interrupt. I was 9. Wait a second, he said it was a surprise. So what if he got a Cadillac? Then here comes popping up brand new, right out of the showroom, 1957, gray on gray Plymouth Belvedere. What the hell was he thinking? This wasn't the car of our dreams. But Mom calmed us down by saying, honey, it's a lovely new car with big fins and push-button transmission. And it replaced the only car I ever knew in my life. And I'm just really glad to see this old car leave us, because this was an embarrassing car to drive around town. And this is 1957, right? A lot of cool cars out there, but no. The Cristas are still driving around in a 1948 big black boxy Chevrolet. Look at this thing. This isn't a family car, this is a getaway car. They shot Sonny on the causeway. In this car. Why would you keep this car all of those years? Well, there were 2 reasons. 1, we couldn't afford anything else. But 2, my father loved this car. Took perfect